What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Figuring It Out Finance podcast, where I, Chris Rickenbaugh, am documenting my journey in real estate and business while also talking a bit about travel hacking and personal finance. So, before we hop into today's show, go ahead and follow me on all of the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, at Figuring It Out Finance. Go check out figuringitoutfinance.com, where you can stay up to date on everything that I'm doing. So, today's episode, as of yesterday, we were supposed to close today on flip number 3. I was not able to raise the money to be able to do it, but I learned a lot along the way. So I'm going to break down this entire process that we went through on flip number 3. So we found this by a wholesaler who completely renovated the inside. We don't know if they were trying to get out of a hard money loan, but they offered it to us at a great price. And then so we scooped it up. I put $2,500 down in earnest money, and then we got to, all right, here's our closing date at the end of they need to close by the end of the month. All right, now we have to go get the funds. We have 2 weeks to raise $53,000 to close. So just to round it up, I said, all right, I need $60,000 to raise funds. So I searched around the people in my contacts, wasn't able to really find anything. So that's when I went to Facebook and started looking at brokers. So I put out some feelers. I talked to, 30 to 40 people, lots of phone calls. So a lot of hard money lenders just trying to get us to run the deal through them. And playing with the mic here a little bit, but we basically were trying to find either private money to where somebody just had it sitting in their accounts, or we were able to, find companies that are able to lend. So what happened with that was, I got connected with some cool people. I reached out, and my contacts started looking for me, or I got connected from another investor to a guy who's helped him, and we were planning on using the credit stacking method to where the businesses, they open credit cards for you, like 0 APR, business lines of credit, and then they're able to open those credit lines for you and get you, $100,000, $150,000. So that's what we were planning on, and that did not end up working out at all. So I spent about $2,000 and only had one card opened up for $2,500, 0 APR. So not happy with how that worked out. So then I started working with a broker. So he was looking around for me, and what happened was he was not vetting any of the companies that he was reaching out to. He said, I met this guy at this, and, I talked to him, I reached out to this guy. So he was sending me contracts, and I was sending the information, and he said, we normally don't work with people or companies that request money up front because they're normally scams. So he sent me about 4 of those companies to where we sent our information in, and they were asking for money up front. The first one that we got really deep with, he said, yeah, you can just Venmo the money over. I said, is this normal to Venmo money over? He's like, well, let me check with my coach. I'm like, oh, geez. He said, no, we probably shouldn't do that. So passed on that guy. And then this week on Wednesday, we finally had been talking to this company for a couple days. And I finally hopped on a call, and I couldn't really tell where the accent was from, but it definitely wasn't a Missouri or a New York accent. And they had a website. I mean, it looked kind of legit, and the guy sent over the documents and the forms to sign, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, kind of looks legit. Doesn't look like really a sketchy website or anything. And I just kind of glanced through it because the guy sent his license. So as I was talking to my general contractor on the phone, I was looking through the pictures, and I started looking at the license. I'm like, this is a fake license. So it was a completely fake license, Missouri license. The company, I'm not sure if it was a scam or a real thing, but it was definitely fake pictures, and a lot of the links on their website didn't work. So I said, we are not working with this team. And since the guy sent me 4 or 5 companies like that, I said, no, we are done. We are not working together anymore. So throughout this week, after that, I started, I had a partner reach out and send me a gap lender that they've used before. So working with this person, it was a completely different experience. She's definitely done a ton of work in the industry. So she was able to do the gap lending, but where we were at, these people or the sellers needed to close on Friday. And what we needed was another week to be able to close. And then what we also needed to do was verify the flip that I have going on right now to be able to say that we have equity in the property. And it all depended on the pictures because the house needed paint today. And then we're still waiting on the permit to be able to finish the basement. But once that's clean or done, it'll be a week and a half till the project's finished and it'll be on the market. And then we will definitely have the equity in it. But as of right now, I didn't think it would be able to pass her eye test through the pictures and just painting it. So we said, we're going to have to end the contract. We're not going to be able to close on it. So now it's just back to raising the money to be able to finish flip number 2, since the hard money lender only supported 75% of the renovation costs due to them not being able to find a lot of comparables. Since it's an old neighborhood, it makes complete sense. So we're going to be setting a new standard in the neighborhood, a very updated house, and hopefully being able to draw some attention to it to where we can buy other houses just like that in that neighborhood and then start flipping them as well. So that's all to say. We weren't able to close on flip number 3. We had to give it up. We're not sure if there's a possibility for a novation to where we're under contract. We do the renovations, which is only $20,000. That we were needing about $60,000 to be able to close. So all in all, we said, all right, it's better just to let it go. We got a lot going on. I'm going to have to raise pretty much $100,000 to be able to close on both of these, or finish flip 2 and then close on this new house. So we said, all right, let's just focus on flip number 2. Let's find $30,000 to $50,000 to be able to finish that project, get it on the market, get it sold, and then move on. So that's about where I'm at today. But, it was really eventful going through the money search on this. And I've learned a lot. I found some really good hard money companies that offer a lot less down than than who I was working with now. So it's just being able to build that credibility, be able to fill out all of the forms, and then, look over the terms. So all in all, definitely not a fail. Lots and lots of learning, understanding some different things in the hard money companies, the private lending, and then just trusting your gut and working with people that you trust. So that's about where I'm at today. So back to raising money to finish flip number 2. We're about a week and a half done, or a week and a half close to being done, but that project's turning out really, really nice. I'm excited to see it out later today with the upstairs completely finished and the outside of the house getting painted. So we'll all do an update on that on Monday. But as for today, this is Chris Rickenbaugh signing off for the Figuring Out Finance podcast, episode number 71.